Good day everyone, this is Sergio, and for this lesson we are going to be discussing writing an argumentative essay. So first question that we are going to be answering would be, what are the components of an argumentative text? Second question is how to write a good introduction. Third question is how to write the body, and fourth question is how to write the conclusion. So let's answer the first question first. What are the different components of an argumentative essay? Now basically an argumentative essay is the same as all other essays, that it has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Three main parts. Now some of you may be asking, what is the difference between an argumentative essay and a persuasive essay? Well, their difference is that a persuasive essay can discuss topics that are not necessarily in need of a debate. Topics like, you have to drink 8 glasses of water a day, we should help those who are in need, or fruits and vegetables are good for the body. Argumentative essays, on the contrary, discusses very debatable topics such as the death penalty, federalism in the Philippines, or perhaps the anti-terror bill. Both types of essay aims to persuade, but an argumentative essay would take a more academic and formal approach compared to the persuasive essay. So let's head on to the first part of an argumentative essay, which is the introduction. So what is an introduction? Basically, an introduction shows the readers what you will be talking about in the entire essay. It also gives your readers proper context of the topic you will be discussing throughout the paper. So how can we then make a good introduction? There are three main parts of an introduction, first of which is the hook. The hook is the attention grabber of your entire essay. You can hook the attention of your readers by using one of these techniques. Open with an unusual detail, open with a strong statement, open with a quotation, open with an anecdote, open with a statistic or fact, or opening with a question, also known as rhetorical question. Second part of a good introduction is giving definition and background of the topic. Now writing your definition or your background could be one of these: dictionary definition, origin of words or etymology, giving examples, giving the function, experts or researchers' definition, or present context. And lastly, we have the thesis statement. And of course, we've already discussed what a thesis statement is, and it is usually composed of the claim and 3 supporting details. So for example, this is our introduction. So as you can see, the first sentence is actually our hook. Did you know that in the past years, almost 4% of people in death row may be innocent? This is the fact happening in the United States of America. As you can see here, I used a statistic, which is 4%, and of course, an unusual detail, which is this is the fact happening in the United States of America. Second part of the introduction is, according to Oxford Dictionary, death penalty or capital punishment is the punishment of execution administered to someone legally convicted of a capital crime. This is a dictionary definition. Furthermore, Venturi 2016 defines death penalty as a government-sanctioned practice whereby a person is put to death by the state as a punishment for a crime. This is what we call a researcher or an expert's definition. In the Philippines, the death penalty is a hot topic being debated about whether it should be legalized or not. This is the context of your topic. Lastly is, of course, the death penalty should not be implemented because it does not deter crime, it is expensive, and it potentially kills innocent people. This is then our thesis statement. So let's head on to the next part of the argumentative essay, which is
the body.
Now what is
The body.
Basically, it explains, solidifies, develops, and supports the argument found in the introduction. Each paragraph of the body elaborates the reasons you put in the thesis statement. So how then can you write
The body.
I promise that's the last one. Here are 4 easy steps in order for you to write a good body. First is you state your reason from your thesis statement. So for example, the death penalty should not be implemented because it does not deter or prevent crime. So as you can see, this is actually our first reason from our thesis statement. Second step is state the opposing idea that you will try to disprove. Think of an argumentative essay as having a debate. You're already guessing what would the opposing side would say. So for example, many people believe that the death penalty would scare criminals and force them to give up their criminal ways. However, this is not true. And of course, the third step is to cite evidence that supports your reason. Personally, I require my students to actually cite 3 evidence to support their reasons. For example, one evidence, according to Amnesty International, countries that have the death penalty does not have lower crime rate than countries that do not have the death penalty. And lastly is of course conclude by giving your insights or your opinion on the main topic. Given the facts presented, the death penalty is not a preventive measure for crime. And of course after that, we combine all of them. So as you can see in the first sentence, this is our topic sentence that is derived from the first reason of our thesis statement. The second sentence is of course the opposing view that you will try to debunk. And of course the third set of sentences would be your evidence to support your topic sentence or your reasons. And of course the last sentence is your concluding sentence, which is either insights or your opinion on the matter. And of course afterwards, do the same thing with the remaining reasons you put in the thesis statement. You have to do of course the same thing with it is expensive or the death penalty is expensive and it potentially kills innocent people, giving you 3 paragraphs in the body. Usually an argumentative essay would always have 5 paragraphs. 1 for the introduction, 3 paragraphs for
the body,
and 1 paragraph for the conclusion. Speaking of which, the conclusion. What then is a conclusion? Basically, conclusion serves as the summary of your argumentative essay. It usually repeats your thesis and calls your readers to side with you in the argument or calls your readers to act upon something. So how then can you construct your conclusion? In every argumentative essay, there are 3 main parts of the conclusion. We have relevance, review, and a call to act. Relevance repeats the importance of your topic. For example, in today's society, death penalty is no longer a viable way to punish a criminal that commits a heinous act. Review reiterates your points that you've discussed. Usually, this is just the reworded version of your thesis. For example, the paper argues that the reason behind this fact is because the death penalty does not deter crime, is too expensive, and potentially kills innocent people. And of course, a call to act urges your readers to act upon something. For example, it is clear that if not properly addressed, death penalty can have devastating consequences on many generations of Filipinos. So that's about it. And so that's how you write an argumentative essay. Hopefully you have learned a thing or two about writing an argumentative essay, and of course you could write your argumentative essays as well. Thank you, and go write world-changing essays. This is Sir Joseph, and I'll see you all in the next lesson. Goodbye.
the body.